Because I think a lot of the time young people kind of get overlooked as a group, but actually like what young people have to say. The classic thing like the MMR vaccine when we were kids, a lot of people do. Yes. And Cambridge as a city actually has lower vaccination uptake than other comparable cities. And we wanted to know why that is really.
Able to travel.
Wait, can I get Oh, can I?
Hi, I'm Imi. I'm a fourth year medical student at Cambridge and I am also one of the supervisors of Project Cammunity. I got vaccinated because I was sick of COVID basically, and at the first opportunity I could I really wanted to get vaccinated. I was actually quite jealous when my granddad got to get vaccinated, and that was way back in 2020, whereas we didn't get the vaccine until mid 2021. And I don't know, I'd been waiting for it for a long time, so it was just kind of a no-brainer really. I was quite worried about COVID, to be honest. I didn't really think that I'd end up on a ventilator or anything, but I was quite worried about long COVID and what happens further down the line, and there was a lot of things going around about brain fog and being tired all the time and kind of neurological problems that can happen further down the line from COVID, and that didn't sound appealing to me. So I was just generally being really careful and trying not to get COVID, and getting the vaccine was just a natural next step. Why would you not protect yourself? I have had COVID, but since I'm triple jabbed, it was really mild. I actually didn't have a single symptom. If I hadn't been testing regularly, I wouldn't have even known I had COVID, and I've had no long-term effects. I didn't have so much as a cough, cold, and I'm pretty dramatic about minor illnesses, so I was fully expecting it to be really bad or me to blow it out of proportion, but I didn't have any symptoms. And I do think that's definitely because of the vaccines. I mean, there's lots of different reasons why people might be unsure about the COVID vaccine, but I think a lot of it is kind of based on misinformation, and I don't know, there's just a lot of untrue things going around, and in general vaccines are just generally really safe. And I think the classic thing the MMR vaccine when we were kids, a lot of people didn't get it because it was based on misinformation about vaccines causing autism, which has since just the data was faked, it's just not true. So yeah, I think it's kind of an uphill battle against misinformation and trying to get people to get the vaccine. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. The benefits just outweigh the risks. It was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I didn't want to get COVID. Vaccines are generally very safe. Why not? And also, none of us want to go back into lockdown or live life like we did the past few years. We just want to get back to normal and spend time with our friends, travel, live life. So yeah, I've kind of been involved with the CAMS Youth Panel who are running this project for a little while, and they're a great group of local young people who action specific causes and try and make Cambridgeshire a better place. And one of the reasons that we're doing this project is because Cambridge City Council actually found that young people specifically are a group with lower vaccination rates than other groups, and Cambridge as a city actually has lower vaccination uptake than other comparable cities. And we wanted to know why that is really, because nobody really knows. So that's why we're putting out surveys, we're going to be running focus groups, because we want to listen to people's opinions and find out why people don't want to get the vaccine and why people have put it off for whatever reason, and specifically young people, because I think a lot of the time young people kind of get overlooked as a group, but actually what young people have to say is really important, and that's why we're doing this. So if you wanna chat, feel free to message us or follow us on Instagram at Project Cammunity, CAMMUNITY, and also on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We're everywhere, and we will always respond to your messages. Because I think a lot of the time young people kind of get overlooked as a group, but actually what young people have to say. The classic thing the MMR vaccine when we were kids, a lot of people do. Yes. And Cambridge as a city actually has lower vaccination uptake than other comparable cities. And we wanted to know why that is
Or being
really.
able to travel.